Home well, and Stormy Jim down the outside. Rembetic at the leader. Martago and Stormy Jim are coming. Martago and Stormy Jim are going to the line together. Stormy Jim did too well, and 1.5 head Martago, 1.5 lengths to Rembetic a third, just in front of Southridge and Sea Rhythm. Then Dancing Sculptor, George on Broadway, Knightly Sword, Lord Tyson. They were followed further back in the field then by the Prior, and well back is Piron Lad. He never ran on. Back behind those to finish was Confident and Ferdinand and Proud Poet last of all.
Free Mover, gate 3. Starters ready for them. Just waiting on the signal to be given. Starter moves over to pick up the button. They're racing it out. Silky Oak began nicely off the inside gate. Free Mover fast away, and Faux Tiara going forward in the early part, showing speed there too is Jewel of the Pride, and Aphasia coming across Mount Wide. Reasons is nice and handy. Zero Limit is pretty handy to the pace. Cronus is getting back. Chatham second last, and Regal Royal drops to the rear. Three of them across the track as they go to the turn out of the straight. Aphasia, Free Mover, and our Silky Oak over on the inside. York's going to trail now, and Free Mover moves onto the rails to be the leader. It's Free Mover a length in front. Reasons cruising up to be second on the outside. Our Silky Oak is a length away third on the inside of Aphasia, followed by Zero Limit, Jewel of the Pride in the centre. Faux Tiara is next on the rails, and then there's a gap of 6 lengths to Cronus, followed by Chatham and Regal Royal last of all. Sweeping towards the back, 1,500 metres to go, and the leader Free Mover bowling along out in front. Reasons is trailing a length away second, 1.5 then to our Silky Oak, followed by Aphasia and Zero Limit. He's hustled forward on the outside. He was caught out 3 deep. He doesn't want to sit out there, so he's going to let him slide up at the outside of Free Mover as they go to the 1,200. In fact, he's gone to the lead now, Zero Limit. 1,200 metres out, Zero Limit, 3/4 of a length in front. Free Mover running second. Reasons one away third. Our Silky Oak is now fourth on the rails. 1.5 Aphasia, followed by Faux Tiara on the inside. Jewel of the Pride next, then Cronus Chatham. Chatham's about 10 lengths off the leader, and Regal Royal wet them in as they head down the side. 850 metres left to go, and it's Zero Limit on the rails, leading by 1 length. Free Mover sitting second. Reasons one away third. Our Silky Oak a neck back fourth on the rails. 1.5 Aphasia. Faux Tiara sixth over on the inside. 1 to Jewel of the Pride. Then Cronus, who's third last as they approach the bend. Then Chatham and Regal Royal wet them in. 600 metres left to go. Zero Limit. He brings them onto the home turn by 1 length. Free Movers running second. Reasons hard ridden third. Our Silky Oak is working clear of the rails now. She's going to come with a strong run on the outside. Just behind them, Faux Tiara. Cronus is well back, and Chatham's to the extreme outside once they hit the straight with Jewel of the Pride. It's Free Mover coming after this leader, Zero Limit. Free Mover's gone to the lead. Our Silky Oak is launching a claim on the outside, coming after Free Mover. Cronus is running on strongly, and Chatham's on the extreme outside. Free Mover in front. Cronus and our Silky Oak, and Chatham on the outside is gathering them in. It's Cronus going to the lead. Chatham is coming at Cronus. Chatham on the outside reaches the lead on the line. Yes, I'd say he's got up. He's out in the middle of the track, but I'd say he's won it. Chatham first, Cronus second, third our Silky Oak or Free Mover, followed by Jewel of the Pride, Faux Tiara and Reasons, then Zero Limit, Regal Royal, and the last one home was Aphasia.
Getting past them and on settling down, going quickly, My Braveheart led by 1.25 to Landscapes Gift second, into Jazz out wide. Right around them, Smooth Vella is improving at the expense of You Betcha. Going through on the inside, Voodoo Sunset. Run got a run up on the inside of Scotland Yard. About 2 lengths further back in the field to Invergloy, and 1 away the stablemate Everclear. That's the order as they move on the side and go down with 1,050 to run this time on the outer track, and My Braveheart held together in control by a length. Landscapes Gift, Smooth Fella. You Betcha improves, but 4 wide. Back along the inside of Into Jazz was Voodoo Sunset, who shades that horse by about a neck. Another 2.5 away to Scotland Yard, held together outside of Run. 2 lengths the stablemates Everclear and Invergloy. About to come for the long run in on the outer track now for home, and with 670 to go, the leader was My Braveheart from Landscapes Gift, the outside. Out deeper still You Betcha, followed then by Run going through on the inside of Voodoo Sunset. Then came Smooth Fella, and now Scotland Yard is starting to extend. It's got a run through the centre. Wider out was Into Jazz, and then Invergloy and Everclear, but at the 400 metre mark, My Braveheart and Landscapes Gift have it to themselves for the moment. Scotland Yard is starting to dig deep out wide, and You Betcha goes with it. Scotland Yard is after Landscapes Gift. You Betcha the centre, My Braveheart the rail. It's still Landscapes Gift the leader. It's found something. It's kicked. Got a 1.25 in front. Scotland Yard is now starting to wear it down. This is going to be pretty tight. I think Landscapes Gift just in front, hanging on. Yes, Landscapes Gift has won narrowly from Scotland Yard. Now, Voodoo Sunset might be third ahead of on the outside Into Jazz, and they were followed by My Braveheart further back on the inside. And back behind that division then came You Betcha, Run was there with Everclear, Invergloy near the tail of the field, and Smooth Fella beating a couple in. Stand by for the Big Al Staton handicap
Stakes.
Racing in the June Stakes, and Energize missed it noticeably from the inside, and Multimedia from the wide alley flew out and leads 3/4 Kidlat, racing him early. So too is Hot as Hell, and Winning Hand is right up on the firing line with Dartbrook Dream and Royal Reward. A length the Sovereign State, Prince Regalia, Pimpala, Prince Antiquity, and 5 lengths to Energize. Down past the 700, and Kidlat leads the way. 3/4 Hot as Hell, 2 Royal Reward, a half to Winning Hand. The outside 3 deep is Dartbrook Dream. Multimedia, who jumped well, has drifted back to midfield now from Pimpala, Prince and Sovereign State, Prince Regalia. Antiquity second last, and 3 lengths to Energize as they swing for home. Glenn Perry allowing Kidlat to roll well away from the rails. He's getting out to the centre of the track, and he leads a length on Hot as Hell and Royal Reward. Hot as Hell getting closer to Kidlat now. The Kid is getting worried. Perry on Kidlat, no answer. There, Kidlat's beaten, and Hot as Hell hits the front. Royal Reward second, Kidlat third, and Antiquity starting to fly down the outside. The leader, Hot as Hell, Antiquity, Kidlat getting his second win, but Antiquity after Hot as Hell. Will he reach him? No, Hot as Hell. Hot as Hell, I reckon, a half head Antiquity, and third posse to Kidlat from Sovereign State Multimedia. Energize made up many lengths after a slow start, and then Royal Reward from Winning Hand, Dartbrook Dream, and the last 2 in were Pimpala, Prince and Prince Regalia.
Creswick Stakes about to go. Racing now, Captain Dash began well near the outside in company with Tycoon Princess, Neptune Raider. Quality Kingdom is up in the leading bunch as well, and they're all going to cross to the grandstand rail here. Showing up pace there is Cradle Snatcher, and Carrot Love got a nice run across with her. So Cradle Snatcher led Carrot Love to the outside rail. They're in front of Rancho Spark, and just behind them, Danajaya on the fence. Ushku and Yellow Star are wider out on the course with Montcalm Wolf and Clan just behind them. Tycoon Princess next. Quality Kingdom seemed to get into some trouble. Lost ground quickly over on the outside rail, followed by Born Brave. Now, here on the Captain Dash, he's had to switch around heels to get close to the middle of the track to run on. Well back, Neptune Raider, Butronic, and Desert Mistral is going to be pulled out of the race. Yellow Star shot clear, heading down towards the 200-metre mark. Yellow Star over 2 lengths in front of Carrot Love, Danajaya. Captain Dash can't go on. Montcalm Wolf with a bit of a run from Born Brave. Yellow Star in front, Carrot Love the danger. 100 metres to go, Carrot Love getting to Yellow Star. Yellow Star is still about a head in front. Carrot Love is diving. Yellow Star, Carrot Love. Oh, nothing between them. Either Yellow Star or Carrot Love, they've hit it together. Couldn't split them. 3 lengths away third. Another photo between Montcalm Wolf and Danajaya. They were clear then of Rancho Spark, who battled on well. Then Born Brave, Clan. Back behind those to finish was Tycoon Princess, Neptune Raider. They're followed then by Captain Dash. Quality Kingdom, Ushku was well back. Then there's a long break to Butronic and Cradle Snatcher finishing last of all, and Desert Mistral pulled out of the race, just cantering down near the winning post here. It's a
Musking's in. Set for the Derby. Line's good. They're ready to jump. Stardust there on the stand. He waits for the light. There it is. Ready to jump now. They're racing in the Derby, and Dodge in the centre was fast away. Lucky Bear began nicely. Melora began okay. Seawiz began nicely. She's just behind them. Carl Pira. A little wide is Buster Jones. Count Scenario going forward. The artist is showing speed, and Bluebird the Word heading over towards the rails in the run to the post the first time. Then Sister Teresa. She's a lot closer today, Sister Teresa. She's 5th. Masking going up into a reasonably prominent position. He's 6th on the outside. Lucky Bear Melora next, followed then by Bridal Man. Dodge after beginning nicely, drifting back to midfield. Carl Pier on the inside. Wonder Spying, then Aggie's Heart. Buckridge is a little bit wide. Getting well back is Seawiz, Whips and Spurs. Zacadine, she's over 1 off the rails, but a long way from the leader. Insecure third last on the inside of Glasgow, and Silver Pelters last of all. Neartis takes over, 1,600 metres to go. They swing to the back, and it's Neartis leading by a length. Buster Jones second, Count Scenario third. Bluebird the Word is beautifully placed. He's just 1 off the rails trailing. Lucky Bear 5th on the inside of Buckridge. A length further back to Carl Pier and Sister Teresa together. Wonder Masking, then Melora the filly. She's midfield. Just behind her, Bridal Man and Spying over on the rails. Wonder Dodge. Dodge. He's drifted back off the pace. He's worse than midfield. A length to Aggie's Heart, Zachanine and Sea Whiz together. Then Insecure and Glasgow, Whips and Spurs and Silver Pelt at the rear. 1,200 metres to go. And Neartis is running this to suit himself in front. He's just jogging along. Neartis leads by a length. Buster Jones is handy. Count Scenario third. Buckridge is going forward, but he's never been on the track. He's 3 deep. Bluebird the Word is just sitting there smoking his pipe in 5th berth. The length to Lucky Bear, followed by Sister Teresa. Calpira's next on the inside. Masking starting to go forward, but he's deep. Bridal Man is on the outside. A length further back to Melora, followed by Spying. Aggie's Heart starting to go forward on the outside of Dodge. Glasgow's well back in the field with Zachanine, Sea Whiz, Whips and Spurs. Then Insecure and Silver Pelt last of all. They're running onto the home turn in the Queensland Derby. And as they straighten up at the 450, the leader Neartis is just in front of Buster Jones. Buster Jones is now surging to the lead. Bluebird the Word, he's coming out at the right time to give chase. Count Scenario still there. Calpira just behind them. Sister Teresa on the outside. Melora's starting a long run and then Masking. Buster Jones is in front with 200 metres to go. Calpira, Bluebird the Word on the outside. Count Scenario was squeezed up. Dodge and Melora on the outside, charging at them. Neartis is kicking again. Calpira's in front. Look at this charge. Dodge on the outside. Dodge has won the Derby. He grabbed them right on the line and he's won it. Dodge is first. Melora's in a photo for second with Bluebird the Word. Calpira's there. Over on the inside is Spying. Lucky Bear right behind them. Neartis wasn't far away with Buster Jones. Insecure was doing his best work at the end. Close up behind them, Sister Teresa, followed by Masking, Glasgow, Aggie's Heart, Sea Whiz, Count Scenario in trouble in the straight. Further back came Bridal Man, Zachanine, Whips and Spurs, Silver Pelt and Buckridge, one of the last home.
And Cubicle came out running with Eastern Rory from Castor and wider out around the outside. Kedron taking them on, followed close handy Gold Brocade as Cubicle's rider tries to settle it and ease back off that action up front. Further back to Castor getting to centre field. Big Day Out. Next from Damon, Delayed Payment, and they were followed by Mindanao on the inside of Balladin. They're onto the side and the leader was Kedron. It dropped down to the rail to lead. Gold Brocade out wide, Cubicle the centre, and Eastern Rory the rail was fourth. 2 lengths away to Castor. Another 2 lengths, Big Day Out, Balladin out. Brother on the outside, Damon, back on the inside, Delayed Payment, and then Balladin on the outside of Mindanao. Coming to the 600, prior to straightening for home, and the leader over on the inside running is still Kedron, a half length in front of Cubicle. Gold Brocade and Eastern Rory's 1.5 off them. A couple away to Damon, starting to run on from Delayed Payment, and then came out wider, Balladin shaken up. Damon had to switch course, Castor between them's racing erratically, and then Big Day Out and further back to Mindanao, but it's still Kedron the leader. Cubicle trying to get to it. Damon's putting it a run with Eastern Rory. They're coming late, but it's still Kedron hanging on, trying hard. Cubicle. Here's Damon down the outside. Kedron is still in front, getting close to home, but Damon's claiming it. Damon races to Kedron. Kedron, Damon, maybe Kedron from Damon, not much in it. Cubicle, or rather Eastern Rory third, and then Balladin from Cubicle. They were followed further back behind them then by Big Day Out. Mindanao back there with Hose, and they were followed further astern then back at intervals by Gold Brocade. Well back to was
and away they go. From the inside, Red Ferno was first out. Fuego Bravo into stride nicely, and the same can be said for Hoisted. Not far back is Jahaldi, and likewise Moretti. And who is going to lead as they race towards the back of the track? Hoisted going up to have a shot at Fuego Bravo. Lightyear runs to third, Red Ferno's fourth now. In the middle, Moretti and Jahaldi wider out. A length the ears, Ronnie. A length the bargain ahead on the outside being Pajamas. Racing down the back of the track and going towards the 1250. And Hoisted in front about a half length on Fuego Bravo, 2.5 lengths away. Third is Lightyear. Red Ferno's running fourth, followed closely by Moretti, and then Jahaldi, and very wide out. Here's Ronnie starting to go round the outside very quickly, and then about 2 lengths to the joint tail enders, Pajamas and Bargain. They race out of the back straight and onto the High Street side, and Fuego Bravo enjoying a lead now of 3/4 to a length. He's getting a break on Hoisted. Third is Here's Ronnie, Hoisted stablemate from Red Ferno, Lightyear, then Jahaldi, Moretti, Bargain, and Pajamas last, about 8 lengths off the lead, held clearly by the leader, Fuego Bravo. I'm just having a close look here. I just wonder whether the saddle might have slipped on this horse too. And as they race down past the 600, I reckon it has. Fuego Bravo, the leader, about a length on Jahaldi, Red Ferno third, Pajamas now fourth, Bargain fifth, and Hoisted and Here's Ronnie are dropping off from Lightyear. Moretti around the corner. Fuego Bravo first into the straight. Jahaldi's going up very quickly on the outside. outside, and even deeper out is Pyjamas, and Bargain is starting to run home at the 200 metres. Fuego Bravo is still the leader. Bargain moves to second. Pyjamas the outside. Forget Jahaldi. It's still Fuego Bravo the leader. Pyjamas is closing the gap now. Pyjamas runs to Fuego Bravo, heads him off, and Pyjamas comes away on the line to win it. Pyjamas about a neck Fuego Bravo, and the saddle certainly slipped on the second horse. He was something licked. Bargain third, followed by Jahaldi is Ronnie, followed by Lightyear. A good margin off then came Moretti, and tailed right off for Hoysted and Red Furno. Ooh, unfortunate for backers of Fuego Bravo. The saddle went and didn't help Jimmy. And the winner is Pyjamas, number 5, written by Kevin Forrest.
And they're about to break. Off they go. And now Indy Raj ridden out of the stalls down on the inside. Ice Doctor was one of the first to bounce out. Les Vos Ruler immediately runs to his favourite role though. Perfect Bound quickly into third, followed by Pete the Painter, Waterford Road moving up fifth the outside. Then Indy Raj, Profit Taker, 2 lengths to Seascape, Sea Outlaw, 2 lengths further back as Unsolved on the outside of Toy Dari, and 2 lengths to It's Windy again at the 1600. And Les Vos Ruler led by 2 lengths to Ice Doctor. Perfect Bound on the outside, a neck away third. A length and a half behind him, Waterford Road, followed by Indy Raj and a neck Pete the Painter. 2 lengths to Seascape, a half length to Profit Taker. 3 lengths further back as Sea Outlaw, and then Unsolved outside Toy Dari, and 2 lengths to It's Windy again. 1,300 metres to go, and Les Vos Ruler bowling along at his leisure, led by 1 length. Perfect Bound up to second placing now. Ice Doctor third on the inside, ahead to Waterford Road. 2 lengths back Pete the Painter on the outside of Indy Raj, and 2 lengths Profit Taker on the outside of Seascape. Another 2 lengths to Sea Outlaw, a length and a half to Toy Dari. It's Windy again, commencing a run 1,000 metres from home, and Unsolved is last of all now. About 900 to go. Les Vos Ruler 1 length in front of Perfect Bound, and a length and a half away Ice Doctor. On the outside, Waterford Road, 3 or 4 lengths to Indy Raj and Pete the Painter together. 2 lengths to Seascape over on the inside of Profit Taker. Sea Outlaw hard ridden. It's Windy again, hasn't made too much ground coming up towards the turn. Toy Dari is second last, and Unsolved within 12 of the leader. Ice Doctor moved up with level terms on Les Vos Ruler coming around the home turn. Perhaps pokes its head in front. Perfect Bound is just third and can get a run between these two horses, and does when they corner. They're followed by Waterford Road to fourth under pressure, and then Pete the Painter, Profit Taker and Seascape, followed by Sea Outlaw out wide. Now with 300 metres to go, and Preble says go on the top weight, and Perfect Bound claims the lead. Perfect Bound, but he's had to pull the whip immediately. Can't get away on Les Vos Ruler. Pete the Painter running on, and Sea Outlaw's coming on the outside with Seascape, but Perfect Bound's fighting on courageously. Pete the Painter's coming at him. Perfect Bound is tackled by Pete the Painter. Pete went home the best, and Pete the Painter got up and beat Perfect Bound by about a half head, I'd say. Sea Outlaw might get third. Profit Taker's there from Les Vos Ruler. It's Windy again out wider, followed by Ice Doctor and Waterford Road. Seascape back behind them, Indy Raj, followed by Unsolved. A long break to Toy Dari, who is last to greet the judge. It's a photo.
Number 8, Pete the Painter, 7.80.
Pete the Painter's got it, number 8.
He's got the money, Pete.
Number 8, Pete the Painter. Andrew Findlay has got up to win in the...
Racing in the Stradbroke, and a big roar from the crowd. City Hall near the inside began nicely. Montez Cove is going forward. Quick Flick is fired up from the outside. He began like a firecracker, and he's going hard in the early part to go to the lead. Chief De Beers is going with him, then Show No Emotion, and Montez Cove kicking up along the inside. City Hall is settling fifth. A length further back to Poetic King, and Zuccarino. Snow Beauty is nice and handy. Staging is next, followed by Old Mansour, tracking up to about 8th place on the rails. A length further back to Toledo, followed then by Super Dane. Blazing Steel has drifted well back off the speed with Happy Star. Wide is Kidman's Cove. Malagua's about third last with Monopolizers. They come down the side, and Galactic Valley is 5 lengths last. Quick Flick's the leader. 600 metres to go. Quick Flick leads by a head. Show No Emotion is sitting second. Montez Cove a length away third, and Chief De Beers has just one off the rails fourth. Snow Beauty is next on the outside, followed by Poetic King, and City Hall is next in the middle. Zuccarino's in that bunch as well. Blazing Steel coming to the outside. Low Mass and Monopolizer Rises hooked to the extreme outside. It's Quick Flick in front, 300 metres to go. Show No Emotion is looming up dangerously on the outside. Show No Emotion has gone to the lead. City Hall is giving chase. Here comes Toledo and Monopolize. Monopolize is flying on the outside. 100 metres to go. Toledo and Monopolize. They're going to fight it out. It's Toledo on the inside of Monopolize. Yorkie's won the Stratty. It's Toledo first. Monopolize second. Tight third. A Photo, Blazing Steel, Mulligua flying home. El Mansour and Show No Emotion. Next in was Staging. Followed in by Kidman's Cove, Super Dane, City Hall, Monet's Cove and Zuccarino. Lomas was next. Then Quick Flick, Chief De Beers. Followed in by Snow Beauty. And then Poetic King, Happy Star. Well back in the field, Kidman's Cove, Galactic Valley and Confiscate.
Side, as was Kahan the Grey, and Hedge beaten for early speed after jumping okay. Brother Mayer came right out running, and so too did Alpha Tane, close handy Corregidor, and then came Arakazar, and there's one getting around the outside of those, improving, and that's Iteram. Further back, Anxiety Attack, and then came over on the inside My Pebbles, followed by Mine Gold, who's a little deep. In the centre was Modern King from Kahan. Further back in the field, Mr. Kildane at the 1200. They were followed back on the inside now by Cutter, Hedge, and then Willie Watt, and last of all is Kipling. The leader is Alpha Tane as they move to the side turn. Bar Battle Link to in second position on the outside there, Iteram. In third place in Corregidor's had a very good run. So too is Arakazar. 2 lengths My Pebbles. Brother Mayer is close handy the outside from Anxiety Attack. Modern King the centre, Kahan the rail. Then another length and a half to nearly 2 away. Behind those came Carter with over on the outside Mine Gold, and then Willie Watt followed by Hedge, Mr. Kildane, and Kipling is still last of all, but they are gradually bunching up a little as they work on the side where the leader is still Alpha Tane, a neck in front. And is travelling okay just at the moment. In behind them is Corregidor, and there's one on the outside, Brother Mayer, just ahead of it second. There's Corregidor just angles off around the turn and puts Arakazar deeper. There's room now for horses on the inside like My Pebbles to improve, but as they race down towards the 300, Corregidor's raced up on the outside of Iteram, and then Alpha Tane, Anxiety Attack and Modern King are running on hard. Arakazar is struggling, so is Brother Mayer at the moment. Oh, Corregidor's got a leash of life here at the 200 metre mark. He got away. Brother Mayer, Arakazar and Anxiety Attack are fighting it out for the minor positions, and then Modern King, but it's Corregidor. Corregidor's going to be too good. Corregidor wins from second, Arakazar. Third placing, Anxiety Attack. Close up, Hedge, Brother Mayer and Modern King. Then further back to Cutter, running on pretty well. They were followed back behind those then by Kipling. Alpha Tane showed some cheek to the turn, and then further back behind that division, we had Mr. Kildane, followed by Willie Watt, then Iteram. Mine Gold didn't get into it.
At three-quarter time, Melbourne is leading Hawthorn by 66 points. And in the twilight game between Geelong and Carlton, scores are level at 3 goals, 1 apiece.
The early leaders. Toro got out well. Blue Gum likewise. Bellbrook and Gumnut Geiger going forward. And then Catapult, a length to Ronzino. Ask the Waiter. 3 lengths to Heart Ruler. Then Balmaria. And 2 lengths to He's a Dane. Going down to the 1200 and Omar Zam. A length on Gumnut Geiger and Blue Gum. Followed fourth by Bellbrook and 2 to Toro on the outside of Catapult. A length and a half to Ronzino. About a neck back on the inside. Ask the Waiter. 3 lengths further off in the field is Heart Ruler. Another 2 to Balmaria and a length and 3/4 He's a Dane. Omar Zam takes the field down onto the High Street side, leading by a length on Gumnut Geiger. The Ring Wobbler, Blue Gum on a limb, third. 2 to Bellbrook inside Toro, 1 to Catapult, a length and a half Ronzino. Heart Ruler wider out. Ask the Waiter on the rail. 3 or 4 Balmaria, 2 He's a Dane. Down past the halfway and going to the 700. And it's still Omar Zam leading out from Blue Gum. Gumnut Geiger on the inside. And then a length gap in the field at Toro, followed by Bellbrook. Heart Ruler making some leeway from Catapult. Ronzino, Ask the Waiter. Second last in the field is Balmaria, and He's a Dane's a distant last as they round the corner. Omar Zam just in front of Blue Gum. A length and a half to Gumnut Geiger. Blue Gum went very, very wide. And as they come down to the 250, Blue Gum hits the front from Omar Zam. Gumnut Geiger followed by Toro, who's after Blue Gum. J.A. Cassidy desperate on Blue Gum. And look at Balmaria out under the roses. Balmaria looks like Anna Lee. Strike me pink. Picked them up in one fell swoop, and away she goes from Heart Ruler, Toro and Balmaria. Balmaria from Heart Ruler, Toro, and then Gumnut Geiger with Ronzino and Ask the Waiter together. Blue Gum weakened out of it in the last 100 from Catapult. Omar Zam, He's a Dane, and last Bellbrook.
Sir Boom, 340 and 170. Lord Dresden, well tried in the race. Off they go. Torpedo Grey was the one that missed it 2 or 3 lengths, and Holterman was one of the first out, but Sweet Delight pings to the lead early. Video Fan and Whistle Up are up there prominent in company with Sir Boom a bit wider out. Lord Dresden settling behind them at about 5th or 6th placing, followed by Ben's Rocket. Then came Lucky Striker, followed by Litmus. About a length and a half away, Ronman on the outside of Honquok Star, and 2 or 3 lengths Torpedo Grey. Sweet Delight stringing the field out with about 900 to go, and she leads a length and a half to Holderman, a length and a half Sir Boom, beautifully placed. 3 lengths back in the field, then Whistle Up on the outside of Video Fan, 2 to Lord Dresden. 4 lengths further back in the field is Litmus and Ben's Rocket, 1 to Honquok Star when they came down near to the home turn, followed by Ronwin. Second last is Lucky Striker, and about 3 lengths Torpedo Grey. They're coming around the home turn now, 5.50 to go, and Sweet Delight's going to swing the corner, 2 lengths to Holterman. Sir Boom on the outside is third, Whistle Up and Video Fan just behind them. Lord Dresden coming to the outside when they flatten for the run in, followed by Ben's Rocket, and then Ronwin coming right down the outside in virtually black colours. They've come towards the 300 metre mark, and Sweet Delight against the rail, the leader. Sir Boom, Holderman trying hard. Whistle Up is starting to close on the leaders too, and Ronwin out wider from Video Fan. Whistle Up getting up now to Sweet Delight. There's 100 metres to go. It's Whistle Up now. Sir Boom trying to go with it. Video Fan coming late. Whistle Up is in front. It's going to be his day. Yes, Whistle Up wins it by a length to Ronwin and Sir Boom. Ben's Rocket coming home for fourth from Video Fan. Sweet Delight. Lord Dresden couldn't go on, followed by Litmus. Back behind those to finish in the race then was Honquok Star, trailed in by Holterman. Lucky Striker never came into play, and a distant last is Torpedo Grey.
Number 3, Whistle Up, the winner.
Now's chasing the field and about to tack on. As they move along the far side now, and the leader moving onto the side turn, Jack's Comment about a length and a quarter. Second Smart Turn, third Roman Coin, fourth Kingston Grove and Castabon Nigolat from Calgary Road. About a length and a half further back, Slider Slipper inside Courtney Comet with But to Me there as well from Dibble's Daughter and Mow It Now. 800 out. They're on the side, and the leader still Jack's Comet, just inching away a little now from Smart Turn second, Roman Coin Nigolat third. Calgary Road goes up on the outside to fourth from Kingston Grove. Back on the inside, Castabon, Slider Slipper's about to come around horses, followed by Courtly Comment, Dibble's Daughter, Mow It Now, and But to Me back to the tail. Into the straight, 450 out, and Jack's Comment got away. 2 in front. Second Smart Turn shaken up. Calgary Road is starting to move after him on the outside, and then further back to Roman Coin. They were followed by Slider Slipper, who's starting to unwind a run, but it's still Jack's Comment, the leader from Calgary Road. Smart Turn is still there, and so too Slider Slipper, but now Calgary Road's hit the front. It's drawn about a length in front of second Jack's Comment, Slider Slipper, and now coming quickly, Mow It Now. Castabon, and still that Smart Turn. Calgary Road in front, getting close to home, and Calgary Road wins. Slide of Slipper second. Third, I think, Mowat now from Castabon and Smart Turn. Then came Kingston Grove, Courtly Comment. Further back in the field then, they were followed by Dibble's Daughter, who didn't fire a shot today. Back behind those then came, let's see, But To Me was there with Roman Coin.